Hello and welcome again to this ASP.NET Core tutorial. Sending email is an must-have feature for any web application. Nowadays, there are a couple of ways to send an email from a web application. For example, you can use some third-party applications and you can use their APIs in your application, call their APIs, and they will handle everything about sending the email to the users. Second approach is you can use the SMTP protocol directly in your application and you can create your own email service to take care of all the emails. Here in this video we will talk about the second approach, that is we will create an email service that will send some emails by using SMTP. These emails are required in couple of features. For example, you want to send some notification to the user, then you can use this email service. You can also use these emails during the forgot password or for the confirmation of the user email. So there are a couple of other features as well in your application where you can use this email service. While working on the development of this sending email feature, then there is only one problem. Suppose you have created an email service in your application and now you want to test it in the development environment. How can you test that service? So you have to enter some emails and then you can send some emails on those email IDs and then you can verify it. This is the first approach, but generally we do not have that much emails in our account. To work with the development environment, we have one more approach. We have a website mailtrap.io. This application will provide you some username, password and all the details that are required to send the email by using SMTP mail server. You can use those details in your application and all the emails that you will send from your application, those will come over here. Remember, this is only for the development environment. You cannot use it in your production environment. Let's click on this My Inbox and here you can notice that we have some details for the SMTP settings. If you want to use this application in these applications, then you can get the code directly. Suppose I want to use it in the C#. Here you can see that we have a console application and using this line of code we can send the email from our console application. Okay, so we need some username and password, all those things. To get those details, you can click on this show credential. So here are some details. This is the host, port, username, password and all other things that are required to work with SMTP sending email. Now we will use all these details in our application to work with the email feature. Let's open the Visual Studio. As we have already discussed that these credentials are only for the development environment. It means in the production we need to update them to the actual one. So we can add all these settings in our app settings.json file so that we can update them easily for the production environment. Let's open the app settings.json file and over here we can add some details for our SMTP. First we need a sender address. Sender address is an email address and this email will be visible in the inbox of the receiver user. So here we can write no reply @bookstoreapp.com, something like this. Then we need to add the display name. Now we need the values for this username, password, host and port, and this is the main part of your SMTP sending email feature. For the development feature we can use the dummy credentials that are provided by this mail trap, but in the production you can always replace this web config file. Okay, so here is our username. Let's copy it. Then we have the password, host, this is the host, then port. You can use any one of this port, 25, 465, 587 or 2525. Now to read these configurations from this app settings.json file, we need an configuration model. Let's go to the models folder and add a new class over here. Again I can write SMTP config model and I'm going to add all these keys as a properties in this model. Now it is time to register this configuration model in our startup file so that we can read the configuration from our app-settings.json file. Let's open the startup class, and over here we can register it. Service dot configure. What is the name of our model? It is SMTP config model dot get section. And what is the name of our section? It is SMTP config again. Let's paste it over here. Save the changes. Now we can use this configuration in our email service file. Let's create a new service under this service folder. So here I'm going to create one email service. In this email service, I'm going to add a new private method, private async task send email, and that's it. We will write the definition of this method in just a bit, but before that we need to create one more folder in this application for the email templates. Create a new folder, email template, and under this email I can add a new HTML file. Suppose here I'm writing test email. Using an HTML template is a best way to design your email templates because this will give you a beautiful design. You can use all your HTML tags over here. Now just for the testing purpose, here I'm writing one simple line. If we want to send an email to a particular user, then we need couple of more things. What is that thing? We need a subject, we need the email ID of the user, and we need this body data. Let's create one more model class in this application. Again, go back to the models folder, right click on this one, choose add, and click on the class. Here I can write user email options. You can give any meaningful name to this class. And under this class I am going to add three properties. First one is two emails. I'm writing two emails. It means we can use this property to send emails to multiple users. So here I can use a list of string. Then I can create one more property for the subject, and then one property for the body. Now here we need to design this email service, and here we can create one more private method to read the body from this email template that we have created in this HTML file. We can read the text from this HTML file by using the system.io namespace. Here we have this file. It is available in this system.io namespace, then dot read all text, and over here we can pass this template name, and we can simply return this body from this method. Remember, we are just passing the name of our template, and to reach to the file we need the actual path of this particular file. For that we can create one private property over here. The name of our folder is email template, then we have the name of our file .html. This is basically a template where we can simply pass only the name of this template file, and we can get the actual body from this template. Let's do that. Here we can use string dot format, then we can simply use this template path, and because we will get the name of our template in this template variable, so we can also pass it over here. Now it is time to design this send email method. Now let's use a constructor over here, and in this constructor we can simply inject our configuration service iOptions, and in this iOptions we can pass the name of our model, and we can assign its value by using this value property. Now we need to work on this send email method. To work on the send email we need few classes. So first class is mail message. This mail message class is available under this system.net.mail namespace. Here we need to assign some properties like subject, body, and from. We can get all these details from this custom class that we have just created. The name is user email options.cs. So we can use this class over here. So here let's assign subject, body. This from is basically a class of type mail address. So here we can create the instance of this mail address class, and over here we can assign our value that we are reading from this configuration file. So it is like smtp config dot sender address, then the sender name. And since we are using our body in form of HTML, so we need to assign a property with name is body HTML. Again, we can get it from our SMTP config. Let's convert it to Boolean, and this port should be integer. That's it. Mail dot add, we can add all the emails that are available in this user email options dot to emails property. To enter the username and password for this SMTP, we can use the network credential class. In the constructor of this class, we can pass the username and password. The username is available in this smtp config dot username, comma, again this smtp config dot the password, and remember we are getting all these settings from our app settings.json file. Now let's create one more instance of smtp client class, and over here we can enter some details like the host, port, all these things. Let's do that. We can update the type of these properties, so let's make it to Boolean, this one also. And finally we need to use the send mail async method over here. You can use this send mail async method, and inside this method we can pass this mail object like this. This is an async method, so we can use the await keyword over here. We need to set one more property to this mail, so we can use the body encoding is equals to encoding dot default. In the next video, we will use this service to send some emails from this application to the users. That is all in this video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.